for a second.
Nice.
We're going live.
The best part of waking up is not being fucking live on whatever.
Well, now we're live. We're live, pal.
All right.
So, yeah, we're just gonna.
Yay.
Hi, everyone that just tuned in. There was supposed to be like some dramatic intermission bit with music. I really wasn't expecting to be live, to be honest. So, you know, we're just this kind of very impromptu. Mike is also on the line. So here we are.
Yellow.
We have just become live, peoples. Hello. Now, we're going to talk Bray Wyatt. We're also probably going to talk about other stuff that's going to be released, because we actually have been creating content. It's just none of it's been released yet. It's going to be start this upcoming month. So in the beginning
worst
of August,
type of content.
Yes, the most cancerous.
I wouldn't say cancerous, but it's definitely like, yeah, we're attempting to still make stuff. It's just, you know, you have to kind of have a little bit of a hush in order to really put something out there that people are going to enjoy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So, with that said, we're gonna talk about Bray first, because yeah, he's gone. He is gone. Just wow. I mean, I'm not surprised. I don't think you are either.
I mean, I think the thing that I'm a little bit shocked about is that it didn't happen sooner. I guess I should say.
Yeah, it
like
it was a long time
I've been saying for years since he was Husky Harris, that this is the most not Vince McMahon guy to ever walk through the front doors of that company.
Yep.
It is very obvious. He is a very good athlete. He's a very good entertainer. He should have been fucking world heavyweight champion when he had the World Eater gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
But
how you doing, Martin?
Things don't turn out that way. And I hope that whatever company, I doesn't matter which one,
right,
decides to take Bray and do something with him that is worthwhile,
right,
instead of nothing. Because goddamn, am I tired of nothing.
Yeah, I think that's the general consensus, is everybody's tired.
He created a gimmick that was so good that somebody that you and I both know who is not a wrestling fan, and it's not Lily, I want to put that out there like right now, who is not a wrestling fan, immediately said this is the coolest looking thing I think I've ever seen, and that's because of the Fiend gimmick. It's one of the greatest gimmicks to be created by WWE in the past 10 years.
Well,
or created by him, per se.
Right.
I should say it like that. Created by him.
It's all over the place, man. I mean, let's go over it, because like the news broke literally today that he's released, right? Now, this sparked a lot of controversy. Not even the fact that Bray was released, but here you are with this tweet by Mickie James, and I, regardless of, there were multiple reasons why Bray left, and I do believe it was an amicable split. I just want to point that out there. Obviously, it was an amicable split. I can't say that word for some reason.
There was a cutoff.
Yeah, like Bray didn't want to be there. They didn't want him anymore. It was obvious from there. Not to mention the fact that Bray's obviously going through a ton of mental health, which we'll get to, and why I think he might actually be following in his brother's footsteps, at least for a while. But this tweet from Mickie definitely puts things into perspective, and I guess it's been deleted, or somebody deleted their version, but I have Mickie James's initial tweet here. So, WWE said, WWE has come to the terms of the release of, Mike Rotunda, a.k.a. Bray Wyatt. We wish him best in the future endeavors, blah, blah, blah. Mickie James, of all people, says this. I think what you mean to say was, thank you so much for coming up with such an incredible gimmick, time and time again. One so cool and over. We really didn't know how to book it right. So we just gave it to somebody else so that way we can make all the money off it, but let you go.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, yes, Bray obviously left because he's still mourning the loss of Brody. No one's going to deny that. Mm-hmm. But the way the WWE handled his fucking character did not help matters at all.
Oh, not whatsoever. I mean, as I just said, he had the gimmick for a lot of people for a long time.
Right. And it's just
he was the thing to check out every single fucking, what was it, every Friday?
Every Friday
night SmackDown?
Yep. And it's a shame, man. It really is a shame. I'm going to check the chat, too. I know Martin's on. I think Bray will be back. It's just working through some stuff right now. I'm not so sure about that, and I'm going to tell you why, Martin. But, again, I'm going to read Mickey James's follow-up tweet, because after this tweet went up, a lot of people unfairly, and I think it's fucking fair to say, unfairly, very unfairly, went after Alexa Bliss, because they pretty much gave the gimmick to her, but that was not her call, and by any stretch. Mickey James said, "This isn't against Alexa. I love her. She's an incredible performer who is killing it in a role she was given. She always does. In my opinion, this is true. I'm actually..."
Agreed.
Yeah. "We as artists take every role we're given and turn it into gold. He, she, they both did that. Like it or not, facts are facts. Sorry if that offends you." And that is a fact. They took Bray Wyatt's gimmick and they placed it right on Alexa because they didn't know what to do. And so, because Bray was going through mental health issues and mourning his best friend dying, Brody dying, that they just didn't know what to do. So they figured, well, we'll hold this over. Maybe we can book a feud between Alexa and Bray with Orton at the helm, and just didn't come to be. And quite frankly, I don't fucking blame him.
To the surprise of nobody.
Yeah. Somebody else joined the chat. Who was in here?
Yo.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
Sean.
What's up, Sean? How's it going? We're talking wrestling right now. I don't know if you want to join in on the wrestling discussion, but say hello to the chat. They know who you are, Sean Maverick, so say hi. We're on live right now.
Oh shit, people know who I am?
Yeah, people know who you are.
Be scared. Oh, be scared.
And we got Kuzan. Kuzan's in the chat. We got everybody joining in. And we got Peacock had a hand in this release. They had a hand in this release. Wait a minute. This is new. Hold on a second, guys. You Know the Deal just commented, Peacock had a hand in this release.
Surprise to nobody.
They don't want edgy characters on their platform, just saying.
Mm-hmm. But you know what? It doesn't matter if it's the company that is broadcasting them or the company itself that hired him. What matters at the end of the day is both made the critical decision of getting rid of the most talked about person of the 2010s.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Like through 2010 all the way out to 2020, Bray was the most talked about guy ever. Like, yeah. if you went back in time and showed like Bray's social media standing when he started his gimmick, it's honestly like polarizing to me that this chuckle fuck company, as usual, decides to take a guy who is worth his weight in metal,
right, and
every single time turns him into the punching bag for other, more, in their mind, more successful athletes.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the
just
bottom
to put
line of it, yeah. I mean, look at what they did with
just to
Goldberg,
put
for fuck's sake.
perspective.
They
Agreed.
fed him to Goldberg. Oldberg, in this case. He's old as shit. You know?
Which didn't matter.
And it didn't matter.
But what I'm trying to get at, and I think you'll see where I'm coming from here, is when Bray started his whole world in your hands bit to the entrance.
Yep.
Where, you would see people pull out their phones in these huge fucking sold out arenas.
Yes.
You would see everybody pull out their phone to show their support to this guy. No, don't put the WWE title on him. No. We don't do that here.
No. Not at all. Why would you?
Instead, what we're going to do, which is even fucking stupider,
yep.
What we're going to do, and I know stupider isn't a word, shut up. What we're going to do is completely bend him over and fuck him in the ass.
Yep.
Immediately. Immediately.
And they've done that time and time again with not just Bray, but everybody on that roster. We've gone over.
Bray's got it. Bray has gotten it the worst.
Oh yeah, big time.
He's gotten it. He's had 3 gimmick changes over the entire course of 10 years, and each one just got better, not worse. And the company who sees this goes, yeah, I mean, it makes money. It sells shirts. It sells masks. A custom-made title.
Yeah, I mean, let's not forget about how they treated him at Hell in a Cell 2019 as well, which also was
the worst.
They killed the Fiend before it even got started. Literally, it debuted one time, and you could tell it was all Bray. Like, there was no supernatural shit. None of that. It was just really creepy, I don't know how you would do it. Multiple personality disorder is what the gimmick was. And it was great. And then they took it and they turned it into an Undertaker ripoff. That's exactly what happened to The Fiend.
They took something that was coated in gold and immediately turned it into fucking shit.
Yep.
Immediately, not over the course of a day, not over the course of a week, not over the course of a month.
Actually, it wasn't a course of a month.
Almost immediately.
Pretty much.
From the standpoint, in the standpoint of how wrestling works, almost immediately into a storyline. Kill it. Kill it with fire. Doesn't need to exist. It's a waste of time. It's not making any money. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit. I've seen more people cosplay as Bray Wyatt than I've seen anybody cosplay as The Undertaker in the past 5 years.
Yeah, that's
because he's got a very good look.
Well, he actually got people in the chat right now, so I'm going to read some of these comments.
Shoot.
Martin actually commented, Bray Wyatt was a Mad WWE champion. I'm sorry. He was a Mad WWE champion. No one's denying that, but it's not Bray's fault. It was how they booked him. They booked him like shit. And they booked the whole Wyatt family like shit, now, as a matter of fact, when it comes to that entire angle. But that's neither here nor there.
Because God forbid if his name isn't Hunter Hearst Helms, we make a strong heel champion.
Yep. Kuzan said, I'm in the belief that if he was given a bereavement period to get his shit together over his mental health and his loss over Brody. It ended, and he still wasn't okay, so they dropped him for that. I think that's exactly what it was. I even said it's definitely amicable. My point being, and I think this is absolutely the case, and you even said it too, Kuzan, on Twitter. You had gold if you just let him be himself, if you let him be creative. You had a gold mine in Mike Rotunda. No one can deny that. No one can, right? They fucked him over so hard.
Vince McMahon would disagree.
Exactly, and they fucked him over so bad to the point where it didn't help Bray. And fuck me, how could it? We've heard stories from, Rhea Ripley in the fucking past of how they kill your self-esteem. They kill your self-esteem. They kill your passion of the business. How many times have we heard Moxley and Eric Young over the past fucking months say that they killed their passion for the business? Yeah, that probably didn't help Bray either.
more times than it feels comfortable to say.
Yeah.
I will be honest. It is very like, again, I don't have any issues with the individuals involved a lot of the time when it comes to this stuff, especially when it comes to the athletes themselves. They are hardworking fucking people that deserve way more than what they are given.
Absolutely.
But, and James, you can stop me when I hit the mark. They still have some format of control to say, fuck that, I'm not doing that.
You would think. I want to think that.
If they're listen, it's all over the mentality that if they are fucking hired workers that are not put under WWE specific management and payment,
right,
and they don't get health insurance or any of that shit, then they have the absolute right to say, I'm not fucking doing that, go fuck yourselves. They do. Whether they want to admit it or not, they do.
I wish they did. And that's the problem. There's not enough people that will fucking go on strike, and that's the problem. By the way, Kuzon, you could join us on Discord. Go in the Discord chat if you want to talk to us. It's open in the open conversation one if you want to go on the Discord. I think I sent you a link to it. But yeah, Martin, in fact, if you want to come on, you can too. I don't really care. Like, if you want to stay in the chat, you can stay in the chat. But
I mean, don't.
Oberg killed Brain Taker, and now he's gonna kill Lashley. Yeah, probably. I feel bad for Lashley too, man. Like, he comes
I honestly kind of feel bad for Goldberg because of the fact that they just won't let that poor boy just stay. They won't let that gentleman.
Well, no, I don't feel bad for Goldberg. He's choosing the money. I mean,
no, he's definitely choosing the paycheck every day.
Yeah.
But I feel bad for the fact that they just won't let him fucking stop. It's the same. It was the same thing when they would have The Rock come back almost every single year. It's like they need to have these older athletes to get any of the older fans that gave
and that's even wearing off. By the way, that's even wearing off. Nobody cares. That's not even working. Like, you know why? Like, the problem is they know that they aren't in control of any of this shit. Do you know why Floyd Mayweather still sells pay-per-views to this fucking day? Because he could be himself.
Besides being the undefeated, I believe, middleweight champion?
Yes, but it's also because he talks his ass off. He's a charismatic motherfucker, and he can sell himself. He is the draw. You know? None of these guys are the draw because WWE doesn't want them to be, and that's the main issue here.
Agreed.
But, you know. Kuzon says, by the way, maybe sometime away from wrestling is what he needs. Sort himself out and make sure he doesn't do long-term damage like drugs or alcohol. That was going to be my next point. Everybody says he's going to go to AEW right away. He's not. I'm telling you guys, he's not. He's not coming back.
He needs a good, solid year.
If not 5, yeah.
If not more. I wouldn't say figure out his shit, because I feel like that comes off like with a negative connotation.
Yeah.
But to figure out what he wants to do. You know, I think that's the better way that I can put that.
True.
To figure out exactly what he feels that he wants to do with his career. It's his career at the end of the day, nobody else's. And the fucking killer of it all, honestly, and this is the part that pisses me off to no extent.
Go ahead.
The fact that Bray works his ass off and worked his ass off in that company day in and day out.
Yep.
I can't sit there and say that there is a bad Bray Wyatt match that was done by Bray.
Yeah, it's just.
There are definitely. You can sit there and say that there's bad fucking. You can sit there and say there's bad Bray Wyatt matches, but not something that he was passionate in doing.
Yep.
He did that fucking stupid Hell in the Cell match, and you can immediately tell that he was not into it. Immediately.
Because we weren't.
Within probably the first 3 moves, you can tell he's like, I'm losing to Seth again. I'm losing to Seth. I have all this fucking build. He's not even losing to Seth.
It was the fact that he wasn't losing to Seth in their way of... they just ruined the Hell in a Cell concept. We'd be beating a dead horse with that, but...
Oh yeah, sure.
There's so many. But the thing about it is, Bray needs a break from wrestling, probably as long as Punk needs it. And the reason I say that is because how long have I been gone from YouTube, guys? You know.
How many times have you left YouTube and then come back?
Yeah, exactly. Like
you got to admit it. You got to admit it. You got problems.
Oh yeah.
You got YouTube on there. You need some time off.
Well, that's the thing. It's just like I definitely, especially this during what the fuck we're going through and everything on top of that, I left YouTube. Like I haven't posted in months, and I
for a while.
Literally just started getting back into creating content. What, in June? We're about to release stuff this upcoming month in August. That's a long time to be away, but I needed that time. And, you know, people need mental breaks. And YouTube not nearly as fucking unrelenting as fucking wrestling is. Like, so I can only imagine what the fuck's going through Bray's head. He's had his gimmick fucked with so fucking badly, and he's so creatively frustrated. And then on top of that, he's always had like these marital issues, like everybody knows the JoJo story, and now you got the fact that his best friend passed away. Yeah, that would probably do a lot to fucking want to step away for a bit. You know, like I don't think people should be jumping the gun and being like, you know, oh, he's gonna go right back to, you know, a wrestling company. He's not. If he does, it's probably to fucking New Japan. If anything, he's probably gonna want to get the fuck away from North America as quickly as possible. And I think
for his own personal health, to get the actual support that he fucking needs, I would honestly recommend going into the Dark Order, or at least talking to the gentleman from that, because Jesus Christ, they know. They worked with Brody.
Yeah. By the way, Kuzan, I mean, I'm not talking about JoJo. I'm talking about the chick before JoJo that he was married to. Anyway, continue.
Which
Mike.
part? Well, which part? That needs to be said. Like, is it part 1, part 2?
I don't know. I think there was like
these are important parts.
Bro,
Trust me.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, I have to ask: is it Phantom Blood? Is it fucking? Are we talking about like Stardust Crusaders here? Like, which JoJo are we talking about?
Yeah, I fucking find out. But hold on.
Diamonds Are Unbreakable.
Kuzan said there's great potential for a John Cena storyline with Bray's effect in Cena's head. The Fiend affected so many wrestlers like Finn and Rollins and made them evolve because they interacted with them. Like, Rollins went back to his old self. Finn went back to NXT and turned into Prince Devitt, a.k.a. Prince Finn Balor. Cena could have done something like hold up the company and after beating Roman, make him do something different. I didn't know that. It was just like, here's the problem with that. Like, yeah, those would have been interesting, but let's be honest, WWE wasn't going to follow up on that. And by the way, not only have they buried Bray and released him, but they've already just buried NXT. Like, Vince literally came out on Monday, like, I don't even know when, I don't even know what episode of Raw, but it was, like, recently. He just fucking buried the NXT champion, Karrion Kross, a.k.a. Killer Kross, right on fucking TV! And he just completely killed the brand that, for years, everybody said was the number one brand, myself included, by the way, in the WWE, from a content perspective, from creative perspective, and then you just fucking kill it off. After months of going head-to-head with AEW. Months! And you kill them off. Good for you guys. Good for you. Fucking...
Like, can you imagine if you told Vince McMahon, this is like, we're talking like Attitude Era Vince McMahon. Hey, you have this big fucking cash cow that's gonna make you a shit zillion dollars if you build this correctly. To hear the, well, I mean, no, I'm not doing that.
I was talking, you know what, I wouldn't doubt it. And he did do it in a lot of cases in the WWF even back then. And I'm just... And by the way, Kuzan replied with, "No, I don't trust the WWE to do that. I'm just saying it's nice to fantasize. Maybe you and Michael Cole could play Journey of Wrestling, or maybe you and Michael could play Journey of Wrestling one day." Yeah, probably. But at the end of the day, I think Bray should take time to himself here. I don't think he should go right back to wrestling. I think he should take time to himself. He really could use it, especially after this fucking run. I'm not saying that the WWE or AEW wouldn't use him well. They absolutely fucking would. I have no doubt in my mind that AEW absolutely would use him to the best of their ability. But the last thing Bray is going to want to do, the last thing Rotunda's going to want to do is go to the fucking company where his best friend was last seen on national television.
That's also fair.
He doesn't want to be reminded of that. Does he? I know I fucking wouldn't want to go there, despite how good they are, you know?
I think it's all about, at this point, it's all about, let's see what he decides to choose if he wants to go wherever he wants to go. He might just not want to wrestle anymore. And if he chooses that, good on him.
I 100% support it.
Lesser men would have said, but the money, though. Like,
don't even get me started. I could go for days on the amount of people that, yeah. And I'm not going to because that's not what this is about. Well, speaking of AEW, real quick. And again, we don't know how long we're gonna go. We're just really talking. We're shooting the shit here. But since we got a WYW guy in here, let's talk about some WYW real quick. Martin commented ages ago that, hey, speaking of Sean Maverick, I'm basing a character off of my CW league, MWE, off his gimmick. So, Sean, you got people, you're doing something right, because you got people using your gimmick or your character and inspiring their own characters.
Martin, you will be hearing from my lawyers. Just saying, that's character alteration. That's against copyright rule. With the current climate of YouTube, I will be suing for close to, if not about $1 million.
$1 million.
A very small sum of $1 million.
Oh God! Don't bring that fucking phrase up.
I just did.
God damn it!
What are you gonna do about it?
I would bring. By the way, Jack. Kuzan, Jack. Same guy. I said I would.
Jack's off. Oh, we don't want to call him Jack's off. That's
don't call him Jack's off. That's bad.
It's sexual. It's off.
James, maybe put something nice on the screen, like a Fiend GIF or something. I like the fact that I have the chat on the screen because then we actually have people's chat on the screen in case YouTube decides to fuck up and be like, yeah, your live chat isn't there anymore. But
shit doesn't exist. This shit doesn't exist.
So I think this is the first time, by the way, that what was it? Sean, you've actually been off the record with this voice. I think people thought it was gimmicked for so long, and now this is proof that it's real. So how do you feel?
My voice?
Yeah, they thought
my voice was fake.
There are people that thought that you altered your voice. Yes, I'm not even kidding you.
Through fucking like shop jobs and shit like that.
Yep.
Like Audacity and shit like that, which I'm like, you know how
they didn't think it was genuinely
that to make it sound natural.
Yeah.
Well, like technically it is like a little bit of alteration, like I drop it a couple octaves, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Even then, it's like it's not. There is no magic fucking wizard behind the curtain. There is no extra bullshit.
No.
There is no cowardly lion and/or tin. Well, I mean, there is a Tin Man.
There's always a Tin Man.
I mean, we do have a Tin Man. Oh God, did we just accidentally make the fucking crazy version of the Wizard of Oz?
Yeah. It's called WYW.
No, we get rid of the cowardly lion, we replace it with Nikos. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
The very angry lion.
The very angry lion.
The very mad boy.
Sounds like Brody? Kuzan says you sound like Brody.
Fucking aggro.
Do me a favor, Sean, if you could, say something as Chris Foster real quick. Anything. Like, say, hello, how are you doing, or something.
Yeah, James, because he has that audacity plug right in his neck, so he's able to physically drop his voice about 18 octaves to sound like a completely different person.
I literally don't even drop it that much, believe it or not. I only drop it by
do me a favor.
Say
something in a British accent. I think it would be fun.
Well, it's not the hardest thing to do. It just depends on which accent you're going for.
There you go. You now know who also does the voice of Chris. Is your kayfabe broken yet?
Was there any kayfabe to begin? James, we're very upfront with who does what on the show.
That's pretty true.
Very upfront with that.
He sounds...
There is no fucking magic bullshit behind the camera nonsense. We're very upfront with who does what and what does who.
Kuzan just called Mike Nikos the Exalted Lion.
I prefer the idea of the Nemean Lion, personally.
That's fair.
Because it's really good. That's a really solid nickname.
Yeah.
Boing, the guy that gets his ass kicked by Hercules.
Hey, listen. It happens. It happens, Sometimes shit just happens.
It does just happen.
So one day you're assaulting a village, the next day a naked dude with a beard comes out of nowhere and skins you. It's shit happens.
Yeah. Who the hell knows?
No, we got some good news, I guess.
We're working on WYW, obviously.
We're about 5 months into the build right now.
So there you go.
Yeah, it's taken a while, but that's because, this fucking virus came out of nowhere and literally dope slapped the planet immediately. So,
yeah,
had to take some time off from doing stuff for a while because, fucking the LeBron James of viruses came out of nowhere and slam dunked on everyone.
Yeah, what were you saying, Sean?
Yeah, I'm honestly just surprised how much work we actually have gotten done.
Yeah, same. I said the same thing. I was like, what the fuck? Like, we actually got to this point. That's crazy.
Oh, by the way, Sean, that match with you and your two other opponents is phenomenal. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal. I usually don't like playing the oh yeah, we did a very good match level thing, but this is very solid work.
Yeah.
I can say. So, you're gonna do something that I don't think we've ever seen you do in the show before, so that's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be crazy. We got the chat going crazy. Apparently, we got. I love how people get pissy about gimmicks being slightly like theirs. It's wrestling grow up. I believe
Agreed.
that's Martin. Sean sounds like Brody is what I mean. Exalted Lion. Yeah, he's not the He's not the Lion character. He's the Big Boss character on the show. I don't hear Brody. Do you hear Brody? Brody Lee in his voice?
That's all about personal perspective.
I guess, yeah. Who the heck knows, man? All I know is it's a crazy thing. By the way, if people can shout this chat out or shout the stream out, tweet it on Twitter or something. Tweet it and Facebook it, whatever. Get people in the chat. Let's keep talking. Get some conversation going. Anyway, AEW. Why don't we talk about some AEW? Why not? Might as well. Sean, I'm curious on your thing because you saw your first AEW show. Now, minus the blood and guts thing, which, yeah, we don't talk about that. What did you think of your first AEW show?
You ever expect your wrestling DLC pack?
Right.
That's the best way I can ever put that.
You're a casual wrestling fan, Sean. If you were a wrestling fan at all, what did you think of AEW? Because you watched it for the first time. I don't know if you watched it since, but what'd you think?
It's hard to describe, really. Like it's funny, but in a way that's like, okay, this is really what I'm doing with my night.
Oh shit! So is that a bad
thing?
thing?
What you're saying is
it was fun.
Cringe.
It was cringe, you say?
It's cringe. Let's put it the right way. It's cringe. You watch it and you go, all right, time to go to my 14th compilation video on this fucking nonsense.
Well,
it's like watching a Vine comp. Once you pop, you can't stop like Pringles.
That's fair. He's so Pringles. Sean, what'd you think of
curly mustache?
So you had fun though, is the point.
Yeah, like, it's like it comes down to like the atmosphere of the whole thing for me. It's like when everyone is having fun, I can have fun.
Exactly. Amen to that.
I'm not having.
Hey, we're all. It was pretty fun, actually.
I'm supposed to have. I don't want to have fun.
Do you know of the? Does everybody in here know about CM Punk? AKA the guy who did that shoot promo like in 2011 on the WWE, and then he fucked off because they still kept fucking with him.
A gentleman who has said in the past, man, do I wish I picked a different name than CM Punk.
Yes.
Because
he has said that.
Because what the fuck is a CM Punk? I love when wrestlers dig on their own shit. Like immediately going, yeah, my name's The Rock. God damn, that's lame.
Kuzan says, I don't think Michael sees any happiness in life. Mike, please, I just want to enjoy my wrestling.
No! If I see happiness, it makes me sad, and I don't want to be sad. I need to find unhappiness to be angry.
Huh? How does that work? I don't know. How does that work? Okay. We got...
I need more anger.
We also got... the reason why I brought Punk up is because MJF copied the CM Punk promo. Well, by the way, football scouting report. We'll get to your question in a second here. But, yeah, no, MJF copied CM Punk promo. Punk and Bryan Danielson both heavily rumored to show up on AEW, and it's either going to be during Rampage or at All Out itself, or one of the Chicago shows. They're hosting multiple Chicago shows. What are we thinking here? Because, like, I like him coming in, but, like, what do we see with Punk? You know what I mean? Like, what does he do?
At this point, I don't know. I mean, Punk has a very wide range.
Yeah.
More than most wrestlers. He has a very wide range of shit that he can do. If he chooses to get back in the ring, that's up to him at this point. Let's be 100% honest. That's absolutely up to him. Would I recommend him immediately getting back in the ring? I'm not him. I couldn't determine that.
It's up to Punk. I think Punk wants to do it though, because I think he'll genuinely have fun in AEW, and he won't want to fucking rip his hair out like he did at fucking Stanford. And no shit, you know what I mean? Like, it's just how it is.
Oh, and yes, to answer Kuzan's question, it is my format of an antidepressant to make other people depressed. How did you know?
Oh no!
The more depressed you morons become, the stronger I get.
Why is he
The
a more?
ang-
You were giving
the
shit for
more
Casey
angry.
insulting the audience, and now you're insulting the audience.
Here's
Look
the
at you.
difference. Here's the difference. I'm doing it in a very sarcastic tone, so it is very obvious that I'm just doing it for shits and giggles.
Casey
at
did
this
too.
point.
What do you mean? Let's talk about this.
Okay.
We got the question of the day. I think you meant question of the day. Sorry, grammar Nazi. What would your dream 18-month feud be? My dream feud would be the Great Muta versus Ricky Steamboat.
That's a strong match. For me personally, because I'm a fucking nut job, Kenny Omega versus Misaharu Misawa.
Ooh, that's fair. That's a lot of
That's
a lot of neck trauma. I'll do you
it's
one
either
better.
that-
Tetsuya
it's
Naito versus Misaharu Misawa.
Everybody wants to fight. Let's be honest. It's the game of who wants to fight Misawa the most.
Yeah.
It's either that or Angle and fucking Brett, because
Yeah.
I love me some Angle matches, and I love me some Bret Hart.
True. If I had to really pick,
Everybody gets one.
yeah, I would probably say either AJ Styles specifically, so people aren't confused. Probably Kenny Omega, AJ versus Kenny, or if we're gonna go back further, I would have loved to see Shamrock versus Angle in a feud. That would have been a great
Understood.
feud.
I will not sit there and say that I would not enjoy that. That would be very entertaining to see for because they could probably come up with enough stuff. I wouldn't say like a 45-minute match, but they could come with enough stuff for 30 minutes.
Yeah. Freaking. I'll talk about more. We got some more comments here. It kind of sucks that big stuff like this gets spoiled. This is in reference to Punk and Bryan. Nothing is ever a surprise anymore, and I hate it. That's from Kuzan. I think it was supposed to be like that. I'm almost positive that it was supposed to be like that. There's no reason why they would let that slip out. Because AEW has been very good about that. Like, incredibly good.
I think it was I wouldn't say bad call, but a immediate oh fuck moment that hit their brain.
Probably.
Like, you know what I mean? Like that specific moment that you're like, man, we're so excited to talk about this thing, and you immediately ruin it for everybody else. You go,
I don't even know if it was the. I mean, here's the thing that a lot of people don't realize. Back in WCW, like, they did the same thing when Hogan came in. Like, they spoiled it themselves on television because they knew it would. Like, they wanted to make it realistic in a sense. So they had it scroll onto the bar that Hulk Hogan signed with World Championship Wrestling, and then immediately the off to the races, the Hogan parade like soon after, and then freaking Hogan and Flair had their contract signing. So I'm like, they probably should do that with Punk. I almost would recommend that they should do that with Punk. If they do have him, you want him on TV. That first Chicago show on Rampage. Their second episode of Rampage should be Punk on there. I don't think it should be at all. If they do have him, that's the place to debut.
I have a way to make the fans happy, and to make the company a good chunk of change. Announce that he's coming in, but don't say when. Done. Many people can live with that now.
It's true.
I'll be honest.
Yeah.
Many people can live with the fact of, oh, well, I know he's in the company. I just have no fucking idea when he's supposed to be showing up.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Go keep a lot of wrestling fans happy with that.
I'm fine with that. Absolutely. We got a new topic that Martin just brought up. You know what I hate? The fucking Ring of Honor Pure Championship. Kuzan then fired back with...
If you hate that, Martin, hate to tell you, there's an even better title that exists. The Heavy Metal Championship.
No, we're not bringing that up.
The greatest meme in wrestling history.
The whole crowd,
such classic,
a ladder.
Such a poster, a bus.
Have all held that
a
title.
Hello Kitty doll.
Yep.
Nobody. The Invisible Man. The Invisible Stan.
Both of them fought in a match in GCW, by the way.
And it was a classic. What a clinic.
That was amazing. 7 stars.
That is the greatest puppetry I think I have ever seen in my life of two people.
Yeah, how did that even happen? And you just had the referee. You could only see the referee with special goggles on, and he oversold everything. I think it was Bryce Remsburg.
Because Bryce is fucking... He's a different animal.
Kuzan fired back on the Pure title, which is... You mean the UWF title? Look at that title and look up the Pure title. Like, yeah.
Pretty close.
Yeah, I mean...
I will not sit there and say that it is not very clear.
Yeah, it's never been good, really. It's never been good. You got open mic night. Kuzan said, "Open mic night hates life. Everybody does." What?
How do you know?
You guys do. Hey, there are times where Mike and Mike are very positive about shit. In fact, I think one of them is about positive episode that's going to be coming out soon. So don't worry, they're positive.
Hey, listen. Not every episode has to be doom and gloom.
Yes.
It's just, goddamn, the world does not help when that is what we are receiving a lot of the time.
This is very true, actually, in my opinion.
Also, it now proves that Kuzan watches your shit, champ, way too much.
Hey, no, Kuzan watches a lot of the stuff I did. I actually did an interview with Kuzan not too long ago, so be on the lookout for that one. Go on his channel, say hi. We got that's kind of hokey, to be honest. If they did that, I hate it, and I want it to be revealed on a pay-per-view. What is this in reference to, Kuzan? Because I'm a bit confuzzled.
Because the pure heavyweight champ, the absolute pinnacle of fucking titles, the heavy metal championship.
What if that is what it is? I think
if that's what it is, it's the greatest title ever made.
A whole crowd held the belt, damn it.
Dude, you can't stop it. Can you imagine trying to fight the whole crowd? You wouldn't win.
Oh boy, here we go. I guess we're gonna start the rant on this guy early. We got football scouting report with second question. If a young Jim Cornette time traveled to today and created a new Midnight Express...
He'd fucking hate it immediately.
Oh yes, absolutely. Well, I mean, he's a heat magnet. And created a new Midnight Express consisting of Dolph Ziggler and blank. I mean, it would just be Nick Nemeth and Ryan Nemeth. There you go, done. But
here, I'll tell you what he would say right now. He would walk up to Ric Flair and go, Rick, the fuck are you doing? Why are you so goddamn old?
No, he'd be like, you wrestled a child. I don't want anything to do with you. Fuck you,
Rick. What do you mean you're selling lottery tickets?
I'll
fucking mark.
I got a podcast coming out about Jim Cornette. You'll see. I'll share my thoughts on him, but
listen, I don't hate. I want it to be fucking put on the record. I do not hate Jim Cornette. That is a very common misconception that I get a lot of.
I just hate the fact that he wants innocent people to die, though.
Jim.
I mean,
I do not hate Jim Cornette. I hate the gimmick of Jim Cornette.
I don't even know if it's a gimmick. I'm gonna be real with you. I really don't think
it's a very hard thing to determine a lot of the time. I will be upfront with you, Chief. It is very hard to determine a lot of the time.
It's not a gimmick. And that's what makes it more sad. it's not a gimmick. He's genuinely pissed off that Kenny Omega Kenny Omega wrestled a 9-year-old girl in a blow-up doll, and that he should be ostracized from the fucking wrestling business. And he hates the fact that the Young Bucks, at the request of the parents and the kid, requested to be super kicked as a birthday gift. And they were very safe with the kid. And they're like, oh, so wrestling's fake, blah, blah, blah. By the way, both of these things took place in fucking bingo halls anyway. At small-time indie shows. But he has to blow it out of proportion and say that they must be ostracized. Because back in my day, it would have been fucking ostracized. Well, you know what? Back in your day, when the fucking industry was goddamn kayfabed and things were fucking real, things really didn't work out well when it came to your state athletic commissions. Now, there's no need to fucking worry about that. And I could go on and on and on and on and on about how stupid that fucking thought process is to hate people for not maintaining kayfabe to the point where you have lost your fucking mind that you think that should go back to that. But I'm going to save that for my fucking podcast because at this fucking point, like, fuck him.
You know what? I will say the one very hypocritical thing about Jimmy Boy is he hates fucking Kenny Omega, but he loves Daniel Bryan.
Yeah.
He does. He does.
And then he loves people. He'll hate them just like he turned on Jericho, just like he turned on Matt Hardy, just like he turned on Christian Cage. He'll turn on all these motherfuckers. That's what he does now. Because how dare they not have any respect or pride? No, it's called they have this common sense in their brain to get along with their coworkers, you fucking Nimrod.
Always remember that at one point you have the dragon himself, Bryan Danielson.
Yes.
In the ring with, and I can't believe I can say it, Kenny Omega. And the thing that they both come up with is, my name is John Jacob. John Jacob Jingleheimer Schmidt.
I fucking forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me.
His name is my name too.
Oh, don't send that to Jim Cornette because he'll fucking turn on Daniel Bryan and be like, fuck you for participating in this shit.
How could you have fun? Damn.
Yeah.
Can you imagine having fun?
Wrestling's supposed to be silly and fun. No, wrestling's supposed to be filled with grown men. Yeah, grown men who are mainly fucking assholes, abused fucking drugs, and were a lot of the fucking time fucking abusing women, and in some cases abusing children. Oh yeah, those are really good times. As Dark Side of the Ring have clearly fucking pointed out, which you yourself have been on, Jim Cornette.
Listen, I'm only gonna say this because it's true. Sometimes when your kid is failing math, you take the chair that's nearby the folding chair, and you whip it at him as hard as you possibly can. And you ask him what type of force was that, and if he says velocity, your kid learns something out of it.
It used to be a WWE
I mean, he's gonna get
show?
a trip. He's gonna get a trip to the hospital out of it. I mean, very obviously, but he did learn something.
We will talk about Bianca Belair in a minute.
Oh,
Martin.
I know somebody's gonna get really pissed off at me and go, Mike, you can't just make fun of child abuse. I'm not making fun of child abuse. I'm making fun of the fact that people still fucking do it.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking stupid, huh?
It's pretty fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Man, can you imagine not looking at your kid and saying, I love you, but a part of me just really wants to fucking punch you.
Yeah, true.
Oh, well. Anyway.
We got, I was referring to CM Punk and Bryan Danielson coming to AEW. Oh, what? That's hokey? I don't know, man. I think it would make more money for them at the end of the day. That's just me, though.
Listen, there's no such thing as too much hokiness in wrestling.
This is true.
That needs to be 100% said. There is no such thing as too much hokiness in wrestling.
How much hokiness is in fucking superhero movies, for crying out loud?
No. That's not the thing that you can say. All right, let me put it like this, so that way it's completely understood from multiple perspectives.
Yeah.
we live in a generation,
Yep.
which this needs to be said properly. We live in a generation of humanity
Yep.
that we absolutely love crazy, dumb, stupid bullshit that means nothing.
Yep. And other times it
Don't
does
even
mean
say
something.
you don't. You love it.
Yeah.
Whether you want to admit it or not, the most hokey fucking thing in wrestling ever is called The Undertaker, and you love The Undertaker.
Yep.
That's the most hokey fucking thing in wrestling, and it is the most loved thing in wrestling. And if you say it's not hokey, don't lie to yourself, because that's what you're doing.
Yep.
You are lying to yourself if you don't think that that's hokey.
Absolutely.
A guy summons lightning, for fuck's sake. Like...
Yeah, and by the way, Jim Cornette's time was when half of the Dark Side of the Ring episodes, but yet he loves New Jack. Yeah, ain't that true?
Because he helped create New Jack.
Mm-hmm.
Think about.
I'll get to that on the podcast. Don't worry, Mike.
Think about that though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
He helped create New Jack. That's not a lie or bullshit. That's 100% true.
We also have Jack saying, "Hey James, when are we getting an updated version of your Styles Clash theme? I would love that." I'll be honest with you, Kuzan, probably never.
Never.
Probably never. It's up there. It's getting views. It must be doing something right. I don't need to do it again. Because then that's just rehashing old content, to be honest.
Hey, you know what you should make though?
What? Go for it.
You should absolutely remake AJ Styles' TNA theme, but every time it says "Get Ready to Fly," it changes completely different keys.
As a meme, yeah, sure. Hey, I created the right to censor a meme, which is
I fucking love that still, by the way. I think about that some nights where I go, AEW made a website specifically to troll the WWE. Is it petty? Absolutely. Is it the greatest thing ever? Oh, you bet your ass.
I'm actually gonna put it on for people that don't know this meme. I'm just gonna play it.
I mean, you could probably just link to it instead of adding it to the current thing that is up right now.
I don't know. I think it's funny. If I can even find it, I can't find it right now. Actually, I probably could if I just search up my channel and then just look through everything. I beg everyone.
What do I think about the
EST of WWE?
The EST of WWE Bianca Belair.
Hold on. Before you say anything,
fucking idea who that is.
Yeah.
I'll be up front with you, Chief. I have not kept up with anything.
There it is. I found it. There you go, guys. We'll just play this real quick.
You know, James, you get a lot of free time. I love what you use your time for sometimes. Like,
no question about it, brother. No question.
It's the most fucking cancerous thing I have ever seen. Because if you're wearing headphones and you accidentally put your thing at max volume,
oh, yeah.
not saying it from experience to the first time watching it, you fucking piece of shit, but more of... Yeah, that blew my headphones out the first time. It's the fact that it becomes ear rape.
Oh, yeah.
In seconds. Which, by the way, when are we going to bring back That's a Low Price Man?
Wow! That's a low price! I forgot we did that meme for the Indy Force Extra T. Indy Force Extra
Listen,
T.
Unlike the nostalgia critic, I remember it so I can remember it.
What's your opinion on Bianca Belair? I know Bianca Belair. My opinion on her is she could be such a great character and was a great character in NXT. They have completely I mean, a woman can't be neutered, but her character absolutely was fucking neutered when she got up to the main roster.
She was spayed.
She was spayed. 100%. It was fucking terrible what they did to her. We got Chris the Fighting Boy. He says, "Hello, James. Long time no see. How you doing?" I'm doing good, Chris. Ask some questions. We're having a discussion.
Master debate.
Yes.
A big old master debate.
Master debate, yes.
Big old debates with the masters.
We also have Sean
Master
Maverick
debating all over the chest.
We have Sean Maverick in the chat. Sean, scare everybody with your voice because people think it's fake. I don't think Chris is. Ooga booga.
I'm so glad that I'm so glad that we're on 12th grade humor still.
Oh yeah,
fucking god.
Dude,
I have nothing to do with my life.
I feel that.
I feel that too. That's why I'm live on YouTube.
Some days I wake up in the morning and I go, fuck it.
Yeah. So yeah, my little brother really wants you to know what you think about the EST of WWE Bianca Belair. Hell of a talent. They fucked her over on the main roster. There's my thoughts on that.
There you go, done. That. Welcome to another segment of James Does This Shit Quick.
Yeah, there you go. Third question: who do you think is the best heel of all time? I vote Terry Funk. I disagree. Stan Hansen.
I'd probably say Stan as well because not a lot of people say I broke the neck of Bruno Sammartino and got away with it.
No, I think you got him confused. Did he break it? I thought it was Larry Sabisco who did it.
Nope.
Was it Stan first?
Stan broke his fucking neck, dude.
Fair. But yeah,
dude, he was blacklisted from the company for years because of that.
Well, I mean, I think that was done after the fact. They obviously wanted to get maximum heat for him. No,
I know the full story.
Wait, was that a shoot?
He fucking broke his neck in the ring, dude. That was real.
Yeah, but I thought that was always an accident.
No, he fucking broke his neck.
Yeah, but we want those days to come back, right, Jim Cornette? No, thank you.
Hey, I will be honest, though, that's one of the greatest fucking storylines ever.
Oh, yeah, they definitely ran with it for sure. We got Baron Corbin. This is from Kuzan. Baron Corbin is the best heel, at least currently. Disagree, MJF.
Disagree. Anybody but Baron Corbin.
Yeah. By the way, again,
if I wanted another bald prick on my TV, I'd wait till Vince shaved his head again.
If you wanted to say Corbin in when did he fight Apollo Crews? I don't remember what year that is. If you want to talk about him during that time, I think it was 2015. Then yes, definitely. But not now. They fucked him over so bad, I can't even begin to tell you. Now they're having him be depressed. He just comes out all glum, and they neutered his music, which was actually really good. It was the last tune that Jim Johnson ever created, so they just have the lyrics that were done by fucking, I forget the guy's name off the top of my head, Tommy Vext. So they just have Tommy Vext singing his lyrics, and he's coming down all depressed, looking disheveled. What? Are they trying to get people to tune out of this shit? Holy shit.
If I said yes, would you hate me?
No, you're correct. You're correct. We got... Yeah, she's been spayed. So Kuzan agrees with us on that. My little brother says you're an idiot, apparently. Oh, well, tell him.
Okay, well, everybody has the right to their opinion at the end of the day.
And that they
he has the right to be wrong.
Yes. You're an idiot, and that they ruined her in NXT and saved her on the main roster.
Yeah, no.
Your little brother, I don't know how old he is, but if he's obviously younger than you, so I can't really say much. But hey, to each their own, brother. To me, it was the opposite. Although I will say, I wish you got at least one NXT Women's title run out of the deal, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. A question about your channel, says Chris the Fighting Boy. Are you going to bring back the edits someday? I mean, if you checked out my channel, I was influenced by you in that manner. Of course I remember that, Chris. Because I have some edits on mine. I don't do that anymore, but I tried it as an experiment. So, I think so, yeah. I just don't know when, because right now we're fully delving into WYW again.
We're juggling about 4 balls, and we really don't need to throw a 5th one up in the air right now.
Don't say we're juggling balls. People might think something different.
Okay. We're juggling cocks. Better?
No.
Better?
No.
Okay, cool.
Wouldn't that just be juggling dildos? Because you can't detach a dick unless you, like, really pull on it.
Yes, you can. Oh, yes, you can. I've heard the medical stories. Yes, you can.
Well, yeah.
This is what we're talking about.
Yep.
Absolutely. Dude, fuck it. I'll sit there at 3 o'clock in the morning and talk about penises for about 20 minutes. I don't give a shit.
You have, actually.
I have. And it's the podcast that will never be shown.
Did we do a podcast on that we never showed? I don't know. Probably.
Yeah, it's on the old cursed channel that we don't talk about.
We never talk about that ever.
It's bad, it's rough, and it's not worth our time to talk about anymore.
Yeah. We got Kuzan all over the place as well. We got Chris the Fighting Boy. Everybody's talking. I
was going to say one at a time, but this is YouTube, and that's impossible.
It's YouTube. Baron Corbin in the Waste Coast? I think you meant the West Coast.
The waistcoat is what he's trying to say.
Oh, Baron Corbin in the waistcoat. I thought it was supposed to say
or
West
as I like
Coast.
to call him, Depressed Jay Hunter. He looks like what happened. He looks like what happens when Jay Hunter eventually just gives up. Like
Yeah.
just done.
That's fair.
Like imagine a Jay Hunter who decides I'm done with the world. You get Baron Corbin who looks incredibly depressed and sad.
He says Vince tweets, "I'm gonna talk to Baron Corbin in the ring to review his work," and he replies, "I'm probably gonna get a raise." No, he's not. Jim Johnson could go to AEW. This is Chris the Fighting Boy.
We're done. Nope, we're done with his work. He has nothing left to offer. Let's just let the gentleman be done. Yeah, he's made enough gems. AEW does not need to become fucking TNA Part 2.
He says, "While I do like Mike Ruckus, I feel his tunes can be a little samey. Have you heard Top Flight's theme and compared it to Matt Hardy's theme? That don't sound samey to me, bro. And plus, they don't even just stick with Mikey Ruckus. They have, like, various different artists, like a bunch of different people doing their themes. And they get licensed music as well, which is fucking thumbs up there.
Ergo, Kenny Omega having the greatest theme in wrestling because it's created by fucking Little V Mills who gave two shits.
Oh yeah, which I hope I hope he comes back again to do some more. By the way,
you know what? Honestly, Little V's work is so extensive that the guy is operating a YouTube channel. Yeah. Let him do his first job first.
Oh yeah, big time.
As I always say, let the guy do his first job first. If he chooses to, I mean, he's already released 3 albums, Sean? Want to say about 3 or 4 albums in total, and all of them are fantastic tracks.
Something like that.
Yeah, roughly.
We got yeah. I mean, I do like Mikey Ruckus. Yeah, I like Mikey Ruckus in general. I think he's put out some banger themes for AEW. Kuzan says, Michael said, "These nuts."
Yes.
Yes, he did.
These nuts exactly.
My
balls. My testicles. My Rocky Mountain oysters. My big cojones. My nuts. My big expansive balls. The things between my knees.
You got
the bounce pads.
Balls
the
Mahoney
big
might
rounds.
be pissed, bro. Don't piss off Balls Mahoney, though. Still
the big gimmicks. Rounds. The round bigs. The biggie jiggies. Hey, you're gonna now have that in your fucking head for the rest of the night of the biggie jiggies.
Yeah. We got I see, man. Chris the Fighting Boy says, "I see, man. Take your time on that stuff. Can't wait for the return of WYW. Bruh, neither can I. Trust me. We are working
I'm
on
in
it, but...
fear every day, like a crippling depression that can never end.
Uh-huh.
Jesus Christ, I cannot believe that we are actually fucking doing this still.
Yeah, right.
But hey, it'll be good.
Yeah, it'll be good. We got hashtag fire fucking Nia Jax. Martin, you're late to the party on that. I think Nia Jax is gone already. But then again, fuck if I know. I thought she was gone by now. I think she left on her own accord. If she did, I could be wrong on that. Somebody could correct me. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure she left already. Yeah, we already read that. Martin, pay your alimony, says Kuzan. Hey, listen. He's too young to pay any alimony.
Who, me?
No, we're talking Martin. Kuzan's talking to Martin.
He was talking to me like, I ain't paying shit. The bitch already took the house and the kids.
Kuzan says...
I didn't want the kids to begin with, but...
Kuzan says, join the Dark Order, and Darby Allin's themes are the fucking best. I like Darby Allin's theme. Join the Dark Order, it's okay. Works for the gimmick, for sure. I agree on the licensed theme, says Chris the Fighting Boy. My favorites are Jungle Boy and Orange Cassidy's. Jungle Boy's probably more than Orange, because Jungle Boy
They really
is
fucked
fucking
up
awesome.
Mox. They really should have picked a different version of that song.
They should have just picked Five Finger, dude. I'm telling you, that was the
No,
best pick.
I'll tell you right now, if they're gonna pick Wild Thing, do the version by X. Done.
I wouldn't have even done Wild Thing. It doesn't fit Mox at all. It just doesn't.
I think it's a shout out to Onita, personally.
It probably is, but he's not Onita. He's not Onita.
Decades.
He's not Onita, though. He is Moxley.
He's not the inventor of probably the craziest and saddest fucking match type ever made in history.
Yeah.
And I always say saddest, not as a performance, but more of, goddamn, nobody walked away from any of those matches the same.
No. By the way, the reason why I say they should have probably picked the theme I picked is because it fits his gimmick. Like, it fits Moxley as a character. Like, if you're going to pick a theme and license a song, you have to make it work for the character. Otherwise, it's just... Like, I get it was a shout at Onita, but it doesn't work. It never worked for me. We got... I can't wait to...
Wrestlers and themes are a very mixed bag. And it is a pain in the ass to make things balance out properly when you try.
True. We got Firelord Kuzan. He calls himself Firelord on this account. Says, I'm gonna get some sleep. I have a long day tomorrow. Or today. It's 3 a.m. Get some damn sleep. Why are you listening to us fucking jibber jabber here? Take care, Kuzan.
He saw it in his timeline. He said, "Fuck,
yeah, might as well." Yeah. Martin says, "I can't wait to start working for you guys in WYW." Shh! Don't unveil what we're planning. Shh. We got football scouting report with another question. My Mount Rushmore of women's wrestlers who can run a Broadway 60-minute match. Oh, that's what it means. Okay. Who can run a 60-minute match, a.k.a. a Broadway, is Charlotte Flair, Asuka, Sasha Banks, and heel Bayley. Who would you replace, if any? Asuka's a shout. Tessa Blanchard, I know she has, her detractors for what happened ages ago that was already resolved ages ago. But, I would still say her. Probably the top of the list is Tessa Blanchard. Asuka as well. Rhea Ripley, but NXT Rhea Ripley. And Thunder Rosa. I don't know if, Mike, you have anything to add to that or replace or who?
Not off the top of my head. I can officially say at the moment, not off the top of my head.
Fair. Yeah. Try watching Stardom for women's wrestling. I've tried, but I'll be honest with you. After the AEW women's
you have
tournament,
to really be into women's wrestling to I wouldn't say a large extent, but a certain extent, to enjoy Stardom to its fullest. The action is incredible. The storylines are very good. The women that are in there do a fantastic job. But I feel like when I'm watching, I'm getting very lost, and I don't know why.
It's fair. Unfortunately, yeah. I mean, here's another thing. It's like, after the AEW women's fucking eliminator tournament, I have really, really, really soured on Joshi Wrestling. Because some gimmicks work. Vinny's one. Riho's another. Hikaru Shida, obviously. And obviously Asia Kong. And I think there was like one other. Rio Mizunami, so long as she's not doing the stupid rodeo fucking rope pulling, I can deal with Rio Mizunami. That's about it though. Everybody else that they have gotten from that is so bad. The worst offender is being Maki Ito, because as a wrestler, terrible, and her gimmick is just not. It doesn't work for American audiences, in my opinion. And I don't even think it works for the rest of the world, to be honest. I get the gimmick, but it's just for me. It's just for my taste. Kuzan says, get Sexy Star to kill everyone. Now, fuck her. Hope she stays ostracized. Okay, night, guys. See ya. Bye-bye. Hana Kimura would be a star right now if she was still alive. Oh, man, big time. That's a fucking tragedy, bro. I hate that she's gone. What do you guys think of a title belt that is only contested in last man standing matches? I call it the Knockout Championship.
Don't do it. I'll tell you right now, that's going to be dead in the water within about a week.
You'd be better off doing an Iron Man Championship, honest to God, than a fucking last man standing match.
At least with an Iron Man Championship, there's a little bit more, I wouldn't say structure, but it's a little bit easier for the audience to follow. When you do knockouts, it could go from a, 7-round intense fight to a Mike Tyson one dinger in about 30 seconds of the first round. You have to be very specific of what you want to do on that front.
Sure.
If you're not, you're going to lose your audience within moments.
I agree.
Trust me, we've thought about this more than once. Just trust us on the idea of don't overdo something that has, I don't think, ever worked, except for like UFC and boxing.
And, well, apparently Martin's already got plans for this belt, because he said, but Mike, you were going to be in the first match for the belt, lol.
Yeah, don't do that.
Just do an Iron Man Championship, bro.
If you
Trust
did
me,
IRL,
you'll have a lot more creative freedom if you do it, I'm telling you.
If you did IRL me in pro wrestling, I'm not going to use rest holds. I'm immediately going to start doing fucking ground takedowns and going straight for shoot.
Yeah, that's legitimately.
Gonna be up front.
And
IRL fighter in this chat.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna pro wrestle my way through a match. I'm gonna immediately walk in, knock out, and walk away.
True.
That's just how it is.
We got Chris the Fighting Boy saying Maki Ito personally appeals to me, but to each their own. Yeah, man, to each their own. If she appeals to you, more power to you. She does nothing for me. She annoys the fuck out of me.
I don't know. If I had a girl peel in front of me, that'd be awkward.
Yeah. It's fair.
Nothing? You got no comment for that, James?
No comment.
Nothing? You didn't see what I was throwing down there?
I saw what you were throwing down there. I'm just gonna move on. I think I got through the comments so far, so let's see what else we got here on the topics thing. We got FTW Productions. I mean, we kind of unveiled that we're coming back with WYW. We're working on that as we speak. We got a podcast with Wade Needham, which was awesome. Can't wait to release that. That will be it's going to be in parts on Casey's channel first, and then the long form will be on my channel. So if you have 5 hours in a day, you can listen to that, or if you don't have 5 hours in a day, you can just listen to it in parts. on Casey's channel. So go check that out when it's ready. I think that's our best podcast by far, probably. Because
it's 5 hours, but it's 5 hours of all of us enjoying each other's company instead of having a 5 hour, I don't know, what's a good example? Like a 5 hour review of something that took 8 hours to make.
Right. No offense to Owen, by the way. It's just, that was...
No, it's just that's the only example that I can think of on the podcast, and I'm like, God, did I ever want to throw a podcast out immediately after doing it?
Yeah, and by the way, and not to mention, when Owen tried to upload it, for some reason it went to the absolute bullshit quality of 240p. It was so bad.
I'm so glad we made a YouTube video from 2007.
Oh, God, it was so bad. By the way, Martin says it's going to be more of a hardcore belt, less of a pure title, so I can have a hardcore belt without using the hardcore
one more time?
name.
I'm sorry. My headphones are cutting out a little bit. Could you say that one more time, a little bit slower?
It's going to be more of a hardcore belt, less of a pure title. It's so I can have a hardcore belt without using the hardcore title name, if that makes sense.
Then come up with the Anarchy Championship.
I mean, we already did this kind of...
I'm just saying, there are like hundreds of words that you can use instead of the word hardcore.
Or Last Man Standing. I mean, if you're going to do a Last Man Standing, add submission to it as well. Like, do it a Texas deathmatch style.
The Survivor's Bell.
Yeah, there you go. Better than nothing. I have plans for a wrestling podcast of my own, says Chris the Fighting Boy. Just gotta wait until I get my laptop back. Good for you, Chris. Good for you. Speaking of podcasts, other podcasts we got going on. We are returning the Indy Force, brand new look. Not gonna unveil too much about it, but let's just say it involves a little order, and that's all I'll say.
The only hint I will give is that the drip is real.
The drip is very real. And then we also have some retros coming back on Owen's channel, as well as watch-alongs that kind of relate to those retros on our end. That's going to be done by primarily all of us. We got the watch-alongs done. We just have to get the retros done to re-review it, to kind of cross-promote, basically, because that's what we do best. And yeah, that's what's coming up there. What else do we got coming up? I don't even know. I could probably look at my thing. We got a content and review coming out with one that is of Gray Still Plays. That's going to be fun to release. And then we also have we got ButtonMashers. ButtonMashers coming finally. We're actually going to be recording the first episode tomorrow, as far as I know. We're going to be meeting up tomorrow. We're gonna try some shit out. I'm actually going to edit.
Actually, you're incorrect, James. The first episode of ButtonMashers has already been put on Twitch.
Right. Yeah. The
because I did the thing with I did the thing with Case. So
right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's what you call it? The DC
Casey
Universe
and I
Online.
Casey and I decided to slum it for a little while and go through something that's pretty standard to get through.
Yep. But yeah, we got that coming out. There's other stuff that I feel like I'm missing. Oh yeah, fucking and then we actually are going to be, Casey and I primarily are going to be voice acting for Super Mario Bros. Z. For those who don't know what that is, it's basically a Flash animation inspired Mario series that also unveils...
Is a Dragon Ball parody.
Yeah, it's basically a Dragon Ball parody. It's really good, I think.
The animation quality is very solid. The person who creates it, which I believe is Avalon Earthworm...
Mark Haynes, yeah.
Yeah, is a fantastic animator who really should... I wouldn't say be put on a pedestal, because that is too much of a high praise in my opinion.
Right.
But should definitely be talked about a lot more.
Yeah. And hopefully, as the series goes on, he's now restarted his entire series from episode 1, and then he's actually going to finish this one, the remake of this. So I can't wait.
DBZ Kai version of this, from what I can tell.
Yeah, and it's so good.
A quicker way to get through the plot without having to drudge the hours that are needed to get kind of like where he's already at.
It is. The main villain of this is so fucking awesome. So awesome. No, and by the way, it's not 9 episodes of yelling just to get one punch. It's not that kind of DBZ. We're talking like, this is like,
as I said,
video games.
DBZ Kai. Yeah. Take 9 episodes and cut it down to like 3.
Cut it down to 1 more, like, because you get right to the action in pretty much every episode. Imagine DBZ Kai like build, but it's Dragon Ball video games when it comes to the actual action. It's
that's honestly, it's a pretty good way to put it. Honestly,
it's really good. I can't wait for this. We just recorded episode 2. We're actually working backwards on the voice edits, or the voice acting rather, and we're gonna record episode 1 starting as soon as this week, and that will be the first video that releases when it comes to the relaunch of FTW Productions. So there's a lot to look forward to. So get ready for that. And yeah, I just figured I'd kind of mention that as like, a quick plug. If anybody has any more questions, feel free to ask them in the chat. We're probably going to be here for a little bit longer. What is it, like 10:23, so it's almost 11. We'll probably end at 11. But, yeah, just if anybody has any more questions, definitely ask them. So what you guys been up to?
Sean, you go first.
What you been up to, Sean? Been a while.
I don't really have much going on. I've been replaying Bloodborne recently.
So you needed to feel the ass pains this early. Or are you getting prepared for Elden Ring because it's going to be fucking fantastic?
Yeah, kinda.
It's going to be really good.
It's
I don't think I can name a bad From Software game.
It's also mainly just because I enjoy, like, the systems of Bloodborne. Like, it's a much faster paced Souls game.
Well, you guys keep talking, by the way. I'm just going to see if dinner's arriving, because I just realized what time it is.
Okay. No, I mean, it's good. I am currently going through... I got 2 games I'm going through, actually. I'm going to Watch Dogs Legion, because I got the recommendation from Matt, so I'm like, why not? I can pick it up for like $20, whatever. With all the DLC included, thank God. So that's been a process, like trying to figure out all the like mechanics and things like that I'm not used to, because I did not play the first Watch Dogs or the second. And on top of that, I'm going through... Well, I'm doing the challenge that Nikos and I have pretty much set up, which is going through all the Arkham games, no death. Hardest difficulty.
Oh yeah, I've actually seen Nikos online playing those.
Yeah, because we're fucking idiots. We're morons, and we should have never taken this challenge.
What happened?
But I'm just telling Sean that Nikos and I at some point are going to be doing
the gaming binge from hell.
Yeah.
Looks like Nikos is playing Arkham Knight right now, actually.
Yeah.
Trust me, he's training.
James, I'm going to tell you right now, between him and I'm going to probably be the one going through all this shit.
And you're going to want to smash yourself upside the head.
No, James, because the difference between me and Nikos is that I am Batman. Immediate. I think you're putting yourself on a pedestal here, Mike. No, I'm not. Trust me. These 4 games I am incredibly good at. Incredibly. I've probably spent more time in the Arkham universe than I should be.
There.
Dude, I can't help it. I love Batman.
That's fair.
Can't help it. Love Batman.
We have
They gave me a fun ass universe.
We have Martin saying, if one more person said I ripped off AEW with my show colors, I'm a fucking scream. I used black and white.
So you ripped off AEW with your show colors?
No, he said he did it 3 years before they were even a thing, which is fair.
Oh man, that's what everybody that rips off something says. He's not winning this one. He's gonna get really upset and pissed, but I'm gonna just say, hey man, it's all a joke.
I'm thinking of talking about wrestling stuff when I return to YouTube. Yeah, go for it, brother. That's Martin. That was Martin saying that.
I mean, go for it. Do what you gotta do, man.
Chris the Fighting Boy says, I've turned my Twitter into 95% wrestling because AEW is thankfully awakened my love for pro wrestling again. I also created a match guide of all the wrestling matches I've watched and other stuff. That's what's going on with me. Well, good for you, Chris. Yeah, AEW is great right now. I'm really enjoying their build to All Out. I'm hoping, God forbid, I hope it does not get canceled because of this fucking Delta variant. I would be so fucking mad because it's just like, what the fuck, you know? Like, just let people that have been vaccinated into the buildings. At this fucking point, like...
Nobody gets to go into the buildings. Everybody suffers.
So stupid. Anyway, so that's what's going on with me. I'm gonna make you lose to fucking Weirdo. Is that a CAW character? Weirdo? Is that what it is, Martin? Who's Weirdo?
I believe so.
Who's Weirdo? I don't know.
I don't even know who that's supposed to be directed towards because I'm not looking at the chat right now.
Yeah, I'm gonna make you lose to fucking Weirdo. I don't know.
I bet you it's a clown character. $50 says it's a clown character.
I think it is.
That or a prisoner.
Doink the Clown. 2.0 Electric Boogaloo.
He really likes to doink. Ooh, that could be really dirty. I'm going to keep that on supply if I ever need it in the future.
Yeah, AEW is at pre-pandemic level momentum right now. Yeah, no shit, but if they have to go back to fucking Daly's place because of this goddamn Delta, then they're fucked. I don't think they'll be able to come back. I don't think wrestling as a whole... I think wrestling as a whole may be shut down if we have to go in lockdown again, which I don't want to happen. I'm done with it. I'm over this shit. I'm just fucking over it. Like, I don't want it again. Let it die. Fucking the people that have been vaccinated should be allowed to be in the fucking arenas. That's it. Make it that way. Part of it was the fucking people's fault that it's like, oh, let's use the honor system. Yeah, how well did that fucking work out, dumbasses? That's all I gotta say on that. And we got Punk and Danielson maybe coming in too. That's crazy. Yeah, I hope it's not just maybe and it's definite, because if this rumor leaked out and it turns out that it was it totally was not the case, that's not good for AEW, and it's not even their fault if it was. Like, that just was rumor circulating way too fucking quick. Of shit that didn't even happen. Which, by the way, I would not put past fucking news and rumor sites to fucking do. Because they have done that in the past, and I would be pissed if
have they done that in the past?
Like, I don't need that again. And that would be so unnecessary if they did that. What else we got? Fucking... Yeah, I don't know, man. It's just whole thing's all over the place, man. Like I'm hoping that this isn't gonna be too bad, but apparently this Delta is a everybody's going back into hiding again, or they're worried that they're going into hiding. I know that in Massachusetts they have people wearing masks again. I'm like, okay, then just have people wear masks or something like that, and then let people that have been vaccinated in, the arenas or whatever. Because like I don't need to. I don't know how locking people down is really gonna help.
I mean, this is what I'll say.
Yeah.
At this point, it should just be, if you can't come to get your vaccine, we'll come to your house if you're not documented.
Yeah. At this fucking point,
That's,
I mean,
if that's
and then you got to have these people be like,
that's needed, if that's the step that's needed to be taken, go for it. I will be the first one sitting there at the line going, yeah.
By the way, and by the way, for those who are going to be like, well, I don't trust the vaccine. Not everything is fucking Johnson and Johnson. I took Moderna. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm literally standing here right now. I'm not dead.
I took Advil.
That is a pill, not a vaccine. No. But...
I crushed enough of them into a bottle and immediately ejected it like a heroin addict into my veins. So, I've been staying alive based upon my addiction to Crayola. And sniffing glue. This is somebody's villain backstory, I swear to God.
Probably. So basically, Martin says, like what NXT did where people could come in but they gotta wear masks. Yeah. Just as long as you're taking the proper precautions and being hygienic and, having sanitizer bottles, I don't see the reason why you should cancel shows. I really don't. I'm so sick of this. Like, it's like they were waiting for this to happen as well.
Just don't go to places where they say, "Well, we have the highest population of anti-vaxxers," and that's the place we're not going.
Yeah, right. I don't know, man.
Sorry,
I'm just
someplace probably in the Southwest.
I pray to God that they don't go back. Because honestly, if they go back to empty arenas or back into the Thunderdome or, in AEW's case, the Daly's place, I may just stop watching wrestling for a good 2 years. I don't think I could take another one. I can't do it to myself.
You would be fine.
No, I'm not doing that. Just not gonna do that to myself.
Agreed.
Yeah, mask mandate would be the way to go. That's best case scenario. Not to get political, but Biden said we're not going into lockdown. Oh, well, that's good news. At worst, shows will be moved to Florida and Texas. I hope to God not.
See, that's when a situation is somehow politically driven, is when the words "not to get political." It's the equivalent of, like, not to be racist. It's like immediately you're going to say that.
Yeah. I personally think, and I've said it before, I might as well just say it here. I think politics is a fucking sham. Always has been. I mean,
dude, politics is a joke. And how do you know it's a joke? Because it's usually told between politicians.
Yeah, and it's like, you can't have a middle ground on anything, or you're one thing or the other, and it's just fucking annoying. Like,
are you a liberal? Are you a Democrat? Are you a Republican? Are you a ham sandwich? I don't fucking know, man. What are you? My name's Mike, and I love eating cheeseburgers. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, I'm not going to be this fucking. I gotta pick one side or the other thing. Like, it's not. if you're so rigid and stuck in one way of thinking, you will not get a fucking thing accomplished. And in case this fucking whole 2020 has shown, instead, because everybody's been arguing with each other, especially on the news stations, which are the most egregious, Fox News and CNN. Hello. Nobody's fucking happy.
Now you're getting political.
Oh yeah, no shit. But it's fucking. They're both fucking terrible. Both sides are shit because nothing gets accomplished.
Here's what I can say. If you pick a political agenda, congratulations.
Yeah.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's all. If you are willing to sacrifice your morality to be a yes man, then good for you.
Yeah, it's like, learn to think for yourself. Don't listen to fucking media. That's what I fucking learned.
You say as most of your stories come from the internet.
Yeah, except I know when shit's bullshit and when shit isn't. You know, I've been around the block for a long time to know when shit isn't real. And if I don't know, I'll ask questions to actually know the fucking full situation. So I mean, it comes down to fucking. It just comes down to that. But I for sure know they won't go back to old dailies unless it gets really bad, and right now it's not too bad. Well, hopefully you're right, Chris. I mean, I'm hearing people are saying that we could go, you say it's not that bad, and Biden is saying that we're not going into lockdown. I'm hearing other people say, like, we could be going back into lockdown in 3 weeks. So, I mean, who the fuck knows? I'm hoping that it won't be that case because...
Hey, this is what I know, okay? Alright? Wayne Tech was supposed to produce an electric car by the end of the year. I put a down payment on it.
Where's my goddamn electric car,
Bruce?
I wish. But no, yeah, no more of this shit, man. I don't, like, even if they fucking go back into lockdown, I'm not gonna fucking listen again. I've already made that fucking clear. I'm hanging out with my friends, because my friends and I are vaccinated. None of us are gonna get anybody sickly, so... You know,
I don't know. I'm pretty sick.
In the head.
But
yes.
I'm fucked up.
And bro, I infect people with my autism daily, bro.
Every day. It's a toxin.
Yes, it is a toxin. Martin's show says greatest rivalry in wrestling and Scott Steiner versus the English.
Incorrect.
Oh no, Scott Steiner versus English. That's fair.
Yeah, the greatest rivalry in wrestling history is Rick Steiner versus Chucky because goddamn that came out of nowhere.
Why?
Oh yeah, I have to bring that up.
They used that. They had him call out a fucking puppet. To a fight.
James, not just any puppet, a serial killer puppet. Yeah. What do you think about that? The freaking heavy is dead. Yeah. What do you think about that?
There's hokey and then there's too hokey. That is pretty fucking too hokey.
I love that type of hokey though. That's just the perfect level of that's just too much.
Oh, it's so bad, bro.
I love when wrestling becomes a 90s. You get with, and that needs to be reminded, with the greatest fucking backstage like personality in wrestling history in the ring as well, going along with this.
Yeah,
shit.
Fucking Mean Gene is fucking treating this like as if it's a serious altercation. Oh my god. Fucking Mean Gene.
2 seconds later, we see Mean Gene leave the room. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Why the fuck is he calling out a goddamn puppet? He should be calling out the puppeteer.
Why does the puppet look like it's on pills?
Because it is.
Is that a drug puppet? Fuck it.
I hope they don't lock us down again because I'm planning to go to Full Gear in St. Louis, my first AEW event, and it's a pay-per-view. It would be heartbreaking. See, like, I'm the worst person to say, like, to basically look for hope because I have no hope left. I've been drained of it, bro. You're the last person you want to ask. Oh, please have the hope. Nah, no hope in my end. Bro, I have about as much hope as fucking Vince McMahon has in creative sense, okay? There's not much of it. There's just not much. Opinion on SVR 08. I like it because it was my first game. Mike, you actually have SVR 08.
It's fucking rough. I'll be upfront. It's a very rough ass wrestling game. It's very stiff in many departments. I feel like I'm very limited on what I can and cannot do in matches.
Yeah.
I mean, the story mode's pretty good. The character creation isn't terrible. You can pretty much make whoever you want, and with some format of success. But I don't know.
There's one saving grace with SVR 08.
I will never go back to using the fucking right stick to do moves again.
Yeah, fuck that.
No,
SVR 08 is good for one thing, and that's a story campaign. Because they have Cena actually turn heel. That's about the only good thing about it.
Want to see me turn heel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, SVR 08 is okay, I guess. I don't know. Like, personally, like, and I never. This is me. I played like SVR 07 and 09 as well. They all have that same problem. I know everybody is gonna. This is gonna sound blasphemous. I hate 07 to 09. I fucking hate it because of that fucking play scheme. It's so trash. I hate it. I hate it with a burning passion. You had GM mode, so that was okay. But I mean, I don't know. Like,
I remember the Wii version. But do you remember the DS version? Because
yeah.
I owned the DS version at one point because I got so fucking bored I had nothing better to do.
The DS version is the fucking shitty. Like, DS.
You ever wanted
DS
to
and
harness
wrestling
the
don't
power
mix.
Of cancer?
Oh God.
Can I say with like some absolute certainty that I love the DS as a Game Boy.
Yeah. Pretty much.
I love the DS as a Game Boy.
Because it's backwards compatible with Game Boy. I mean, it's just SVR 08 does not work for DS. SVR in general did not work. That's why they stopped doing like handheld versions of the games, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, my favorite game, my favorite SVR game is 2007 by a landslide. 2011. I don't know why people are so romanticized about 2007. I don't get it. I never did.
Because 2007 allows you to do some stuff that doesn't exist anymore.
Well, yeah, GM mode, but it's like that's it.
No, you forget about going into the crowd and doing things and matches and having a full access to all these other moves and things like that. And having probably one of the most interesting side missions that you're able to actually do without too many issues. But as a game, which it needs to be like, placed as it is a video game,
right?
It is very fucking rough.
Yeah, like It's very rough.
I don't think I can do that to myself again.
Yeah, 2007, like, even then, like, the things you talk about, like, 2007, okay, you fight in a crowd. I'm pretty sure you did that in other games as well, didn't you?
The greatest SmackDown game is called Here Comes the Pain.
Yeah.
Not change.
Yeah, it's SmackDown Here Comes the Pain.
The best version is called Here Comes the Pain. There's billions of things that you fucking can do. That you want to go fight in the backstage during a match? Yeah, you just. Oh, you want to go fight outside? You can. Hey, you want to go fight out in the middle of central fucking the entirety of the centralized part of New York City and jump off jumbotrons? Yeah, you can. You want to climb the SmackDown fist? You can.
Yeah. That's why it's like 07 is not even close to my list. Fuck. I'll put fucking Day of Reckoning over SVR 07. I really would. Like, that was way more fun, and I had way more replay value. I own both games. I still to this day played Day of Reckoning over SVR 07. That's just me.
Well, Day of Reckoning has that, I want to call it a push and pull system that works naturally as a video game, where SmackDown versus Raw, I will sit there and say, as a CAW style creator, is very good. As a fucking game,
Martin Ass was SVR 08 better or worse on the Wii version? This is in reference to the DS version. I'll answer this one for you, Mike.
I'll tell you
worse.
Right now, both were fucking garbage.
But it's worse. DS was worse. DS was 10 times worse, in fact.
I want you to imagine taking a game that already kind of looks like murdered shit and crushing it down to, I want to say, about 32 pixels.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're 3D models that look like that they come from the PlayStation 1 era, but they're 3D models.
Yeah. No Mercy wrestling. So Chris the Fighting Boy's favorite wrestling games in no particular order are No Mercy, Wrestle Kingdom, PS2, Fire Pro Returns, and World, Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, Here Comes the Pain, WWE 13, and TEW 2020, and DOR 2. Cool. For me,
DOR. Oh god, I can't. No.
Day of Reckoning.
Day of Reckoning 2?
Yeah, not DOR 2.
DOR 2 is such a fucking nightmare.
Yeah.
It is the most unfinished game I think I have played in a while.
You can't even.
And that's saying a lot.
I played Day of Reckoning 2, and Day of Reckoning 2, when you create a wrestler, they show the fucking green, red, and I think yellow and blue pixels. It's fucking bad. Like, it just blotches all over your CAWs all the time. It's just like, it's so glitched and unfinished. Like, put those characters, like, if the guy who made the Forbidden DOR mod, put the Day of Reckoning 2 characters in that fucking mod, and I'll play Day of Reckoning even more. The original Day of Reckoning is OP for a lot of reasons. WWE 2K14 is a god tier game. Yes, agreed.
It's solid.
We use it, for fuck's sake. But anyway, you were saying, Mike?
DOR has a very special place in your heart, good sir, because it created fucking NoDQCAW.
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
The best parts of NoDQCAW. Same thing with, like, WrestleMania 19 as well. That's why those are, like, very special to you. That needs to be said.
That is true.
Because it's not... There is some bias to what you're saying.
Yeah, but...
As with me as well. And not admitting that there is a bias is, I believe, kind of a half-hearted thing. I hate people that are like, no, this is the best game and here's why. It's like, yeah, I see your points, and I can counter your points. But you enjoy, I enjoy what I enjoy. We both agree that we enjoy what we like.
Mm. We also had Martin compare us. I compare you guys to New Legacy Inc.
Yeah,
also.
We're not even close.
But he says you both are equally entertaining. I'm like, well, hey,
thank you.
You know what? Thanks, but I don't agree. New Legacy Inc. is like, I mean, if we're talking production-wise, I'd probably say I'm on par with him. But even then, it's like two different editing styles. So like that's not even a fair comparison. And if you're talking entertaining, like New Legacy Inc. is like 10 times more entertaining than us. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're on about, bro. That's
like, thank you for the compliment. We'll not sit there and say it wasn't appreciated.
Yeah.
But
I don't see myself as
we are not even close. We are not even close to the amount of work and dedication that New Legacy Inc. has done.
Produced.
Like, they have so much shit.
See you, Chris. He's on his way out. And WWE 2K14. Yeah, we already read that. So, yeah. I don't know. New Legacy Inc. I love New Legacy Inc., by the way. He's great. I hope one day that, I go into get into a lobby with him one day, but that's a long fucking stretch and a long ways away. But who knows?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Time will tell.
Mm-hmm.
I got Parsec now, so I mean, who knows? I might do. If he's doing some Forbidden DOR and he's like, hey, want to play Forbidden DOR? And I'm like, yes, let's go. But he probably doesn't even know who the fuck I am unless he's seen my theme edits. Which actually wouldn't surprise me, to be honest, because JD from New York, for fuck's sake, seen him. Ringside News had to do a whole fucking story on him, so. Well, before I go, speaking of New Legacy, says Chris, who's your favorite members? For me, it's Johnny, Dino, or Duel. Who's the main guy?
Johnny.
Is it Johnny? Yeah, Johnny.
He is the voice and face of New Legacy Inc. Like, he is absolutely the fucking face of New Legacy Inc. every time.
Yeah. Yeah, no, like, I enjoy New Legacy Inc., but I think my favorite episode by far, or live stream by far, is the one he did with CM Pulse. That Forbidden DOR fucking stream is fucking hilarious. Those two together are amazing.
I'd have to say my favorite one is him with Colt Cabana.
Did he do one with Colt?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was recent, I think. Yeah.
It's not that recent when it comes to, like, comparable of time, but for retro, for the fucking retro wrestling game that just came out a little while ago, Colt Cabana, who's in it, which is super cool, decided to go through it with Johnny, so that was pretty fun.
Yeah, Johnny's doing bits, bro. Johnny's doing big bits. That sounded mad.
Did you see that he and the New Legacy guys did a whole AEW tournament?
Yeah, I saw that.
GM thing?
That's great. I can't wait.
That's fucking funny as hell.
Yeah, they're doing bits, bro. I appreciate what they're doing over there. Martin says, so Cena's fighting Roman, and I don't care.
Great. I love, what I love watching? They matched about 1 billion times.
Well, actually, they only fought once, believe it or not, but even
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. It's the same.
Anyway.
I don't give a shit if Roman has a new gimmick, an old gimmick, a brand new tried and true gimmick that he wants to do. I'm not interested in it.
I'm not interested in that product anymore, so I'm good. So who's the voices?
Go for it.
He says who's the voices and faces of WYW. Man, where do I begin?
Fuck, I wasn't expecting that.
Because our voice, there's many voices to WYW. I don't think there's just one. You know.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't even like. Yeah, I'm mainly on there, but I wouldn't even consider myself the voice. You know, I just wouldn't. Because like Sean, as far as impact, is probably more like impactful when in WYW, as well as you and probably Casey. There's too many voices. Like you can't just pick one. I would say. And faces, same thing. Like it's all subjective, really. Right?
Agreed.
It's really that's all it comes down to. It's all subjective. Um, if you're talking about, if you're talking about like just breaking kayfabe, I guess, like outside of the actual show and like the behind the curtain aspect, I'd probably just say you and me are the faces and voices by default, and Casey as well. That's probably as. But otherwise, on the actual show, there's really no locked-in voice and face. And to round out the comments section here, I love the hacked HTPC video. Here Comes the Pain video. Makes me chuckle thinking about it. Yeah, that's a New Legacy Inc. video. I might watch that. I might watch New Legacy Inc. after I'm done here, actually, just for the walls. Yeah, I think that's about everything. Do you guys have anything you want to plug before we get off the lines?
No, I mean I'm pretty good for the night, honestly. I mean I gotta get up in a few hours because I have work in the morning. But
Fair.
other than that, no, I'm pretty good.
How about you, Sean?
The only thing I want to say really quick is if you want to, check out some of our new stuff that will be coming out in the next. I'm gonna just say month to give a nice round number.
Yes, that's the.
Yes, the greatest number, month.
Yeah.
Yes.
Month, yeah, you get it. Like 30 days, half September, April, June, and November.
What? April, June, and November. Wait, what?
Yeah, 30 days, half September, April, June, and November. All the others are 31, except for one alone.
And it has 28, 29.
28, depending on year, which gives you 4.
Right.
Get fucked.
Yeah, that's true. We actually watched Revolution on the 29th of February. I think, anyway. Is that right? I think so.
So, that was so interesting.
Sean, do you got anything to plug? Probably not, right?
Yeah, no, I lead a very uninteresting life.
Hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah, same.
We have t-shirts.
Martin says, hey, everyone, watch Martin's show.
No.
It's high in fiber, part of a complete breakfast, and the ladies will love you. How does one thing have to do with the other?
James, I got you. I got you. Don't worry, I got you. Chief.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I respect the hustle, good sir, but you need to realize that you're on the JHebertSide channel.
Yes.
That hustle only gets so far.
Yeah, I mean, how many views are on this that are probably going to be on this? Maybe like, what, 50?
12. 2.
2. Yeah, probably 2.
1.
Definitely
1.5.
We'll see. But yeah, with that said, guys, this has been our live stream. Very impromptu. We talked about a lot. And be on the lookout for more content in the future. Until next time.
More than you'd think and less than you'd know.
And yeah, until next time, we will see you on the JHebertSide. Take care, everyone.